Present.
Teresa Fritz,
Present.
Jeff Atkinson,
Present.
John Inglis is absent, Roxanne Darling, Kirby Thompson,
Here.
Bill King,
Present.
Elwyn Burke, it's not on, Faye Campbell,
I'm present, but I will be leaving at 11:45 as I have a doctor's Zoom call.
okay, cool. Krista Lowry,
Present, and I too will have to leave early at 11:30.
11:30, okay. Bev Holmes,
Present.
Gary McAvoy, absent. Phil Sweetnam,
Present.
John Crow,
Present.
Eli is absent. Janet Mason,
Here.
Glenn Gower.
Here.
How are you on my screen? There you are. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
All right, so what I wanted to say, there's a couple things before we get into the agenda and so on. Again, I have if you look at the bottom of your screen, you should see a participants selection. You can press on that and if something will come up. I don't know which side of your screen, on mine it's the right, and you can use a raise a hand when you wish to speak, and that's the way we're going to run the meeting. It runs very efficiently that way. We will try to get through each presentation first before taking questions, because again, that's easier. And also I find bandwidth can be sometimes a problem, even though I'm out in a rural area. And so if we are watching a presentation, if we could sort of turn off our microphones and our videos, particularly the videos, it is particularly helpful. And then we all come back online and take questions, okay? So I'd like to run it that way. So Lex will get to, I think we should adopt the agenda, Sally, and then do the declaration of interest, and then I'll talk about the second motion, okay, which is related to how we're going to run the meeting. Okay, so let's, next is the adoption of the agenda. Resolved that and we have the revised agenda that was sent out, that the agenda for the December 2nd, 2020 board meeting be adopted as presented. So I need someone to move. You can just show a hand. Teresa Fritz, so moves. Bill King, seconds. All in favor? All right, the motion is carried. Any declarations of interest written? Nothing was received? No, we're okay. All right. So Sally and I were talking about the length of this meeting potentially, and so I'm going to have a motion here, and we can have some discussion on it. But the point of the motion will be we need to try to finish this meeting and the source protection meeting by around noon. And what we've done is try to put at the end of this board meeting, like items 14, 15, and 16, is that we may not be able to get to them. They are for items for information only. And I believe you received information packages about them. So if it comes to 11:45 and we haven't managed to get to 14 through 16, because then we need to get onto the source protection meeting, then we will simply have them as information. Okay. If anyone desperately wants to have them discuss them, I mean, we can certainly discuss that, but or maybe even move them into February, because that'll be our next meeting. But it was deemed that they could be done as information only. So is there any conversation before I read the motion to approach the meeting that way? All right, so I'll read the motion. Whereas the MVCA board / Source Protection Authority meeting is scheduled to end around 12 p.m. at 12 p.m. Therefore, be it resolved that if not all MVCA board meeting items are addressed by 11:45 p.m., no presentations or discussion will be had for items 14, 15, and 16, and the minutes will record that they were received by the board for information. So I need someone to move. So I see Glenn Gower moves. I see Krista Lowry seconds. So any discussion? All right, all in favor? All right, I think the motion is carried. Thank you very much. And just to let you know, Sally and I will be discussing for next year the possibility of using consent items. But we decided we couldn't introduce that quite at this meeting, although in a way we're kind of doing that, but we will be discussing the use of consent items. All right, so in the interest of moving on, the next item is the approval of the minutes. So we have the Board of Directors meeting from 21 October. I have a motion, or be it resolved that the minutes of the Mississippi Valley Board of Directors meeting held on 21 October 2020 be received and approved as printed. So I need someone to move. I see Faye Campbell moves. I see Kirby Thompson seconds. Any comments? All in favor of the minutes? Motion carried. All right, getting through those. All right, the next is we need to receive some minutes from the two committees that met in the previous months. I need someone to move. Resolved that the minutes of the Mississippi Valley Finance and Administration Advisory Committee meeting held on September 9, 2020 be received. I need someone to move. Someone to move. Paul Kehoe moves. Someone to second. Look at the hands. Okay, I see.
Who
Phil
seconded?
Sweetnam. Sorry,
Who seconded?
that's Phil Sweetnam second. Any conversation on the minutes from the Finance and Admin Committee? All right, no blue hands. All right, good. So I need a vote. All in favor of the motion? Hands, yes, good hands, not blue hands. All right, motion is carried. One more set of minutes to go. Resolved that the minutes of the Mississippi Valley Policy and Priorities Advisory Committee meeting held on the October 2nd, 2020 be received. I need someone to move. I see John Carreau moves. I see Jeff Atkinson seconds. Any comments? All in favor? Okay, lots of hands. Thank you very much. The motion is carried. All right, got that out of the way. Any business arising? Nothing from, okay, no business arising. All right, so we're going to need to move into camera for the next couple of issues. So I have a motion to move into camera. Resolved that the committee move to in-camera session for discussion of the following matters: labor relations or employee negotiations, and litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals, e.g. local planning appeal tribunal affecting the authority. And further resolve that Sally McIntyre remain in the room. So I need someone to move. I see Teresa Fritz moves, Faye Campbell seconds. Sally, you have something, yes?
Actually, I would like Angela to stay in the room as well.
Okay, and so an amendment is that Sally McIntyre and Angela
Miller.
Miller, thank you. I never think of her last name, and Angela Miller remain in the room. All right, so with that amendment, are there any comments or questions? All right, so I need a show of hands and to approve the resolution. All right, the motion is carried. Thank you very much. So we are now in camera. And I believe there will be a report on draft salary transition plan.
Right, I'm going to share my screen.